Sometimes it's best to just get stuck in. Other times, it's good to get distracted. Our greenhouse still wasn't finished, but instead of focusing on the frustrations of the build, John decided to begin with a path. Of course, when you have a path laid out in front of you, your direction becomes clearer. So, we hoped some cobbled stones and a road to follow might eventually lead us to finishing the most frustrating build on our farm so far.
Crusoe's going to be joining me fairly shortly. We've got a little bit of a project to do first thing this morning. It's really misty, which basically means we're up in the clouds today. I really love that feeling of being up in the clouds. A mist in the UK often just means it's misty, but here we're definitely in the clouds. Okay, so we've got a small project to do this morning. First thing, it's a project that I think will be a little bit of a surprise for Tara. I'm going to be moving some stones that I found up in a different part of the farm. I'm going to be moving them over to her greenhouse area where she's been working so hard. And my idea, my thinking behind it was, because it's getting a bit muddy, my thinking behind it was that she could build herself a little bit of a path to the greenhouse, you know, kind of cool. So I'm going to go and pick up some stones. I'm going to move them for her so that she's got them where she needs them to be, and then she's going to be able to crack on and have a nice little project there. You're gonna leave that there, are you?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go. Ooh, let's go see her. We can show her what we found, shall we?
Found.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think she'll be excited with our finds?
Mummy's greenhouse, buddy.
Hello, my darling.
Hi, love.
What are you up to?
I'm just trying to level the greenhouse floor a bit.
Oh, nice. Look what Cruise and I found.
Nice.
Hey,
Love it.
we thought they'd be good for a little pathway into the greenhouse.
Yes. I've got my digging biceps on, so that'd be super cool, wouldn't it?
Yeah, if I put them here.
Great.
There's actually really a lot of them. Do you want me to bring a few more?
Why don't you do it with the car?
Ah, no, it's okay.
Yeah?
This.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to need a lot more than that if you want to go past. Like a stepping stone or a solid cobble?
Solid cobbled path, I think.
Lovely.
We should have enough.
God, they're so beautiful.
Yeah.
From the archway
Well, from where the archway is going to be.
to the greenhouse.
Yeah,
Love it.
good.
Isn't this getting exciting?
It is. It starts to look fab.
But it's not even 8:30.
Yeah, that's brilliant.
Thanks, bud. So my plan is to finish putting the panels in,
Yeah,
flatten the floor.
yeah,
I'm going to use the cardboard from the boxes that the greenhouse came in,
yeah.
just to put a membrane down of sorts.
Okay.
And then I'd like to put some wood chippings on top. And you can help with what I found.
What did you find? Ah, bamboo. That old badger.
It's a big one.
All right. I'll have a go with that. I'll do that now. Where's the bamboo?
Yeah. It's a big one.
It is. So for those of you who are pretty new to the channel, we had, when we bought this project, when we bought this farm, there was a huge bamboo problem all over the place. In fact, when we came to see the project, when we came to see the farm, we couldn't even see the boundaries of the farm because of the amount of bamboo that was around.
It's true.
We've had diggers in to get rid of a great deal of it. We've been picking it every time it sprouts again. We've been chopping it. We've been doing our best with it, but it just lingers and, well, it's everywhere.
Every time we start something or we dig somewhere new, we find where it's kind of shooting across. So the more you clear, the more you find.
The one saving grace with bamboo is its direction is pretty predictable and it's not very deep. So I think we're going to have to chop that.
That's what I
Keep an
figured.
eye on it.
It's under the breeze block. I think it's past removing completely.
Yeah,
Here's your bag, buddy. Be careful, Mum's face, will you?
Oh, look, a flower.
Yeah, isn't it pretty?
there we go. Got it in
Well
its
done.
entirety. That's with the foundations. Okay, so look, this is what we're dealing with everywhere, and we're pulling it out almost on a daily basis. But every time we pull it out, it's one less piece of bamboo to have to worry about in the future. But look, here's some new growth. If we'd have left that in the greenhouse, literally within a week, we'd have had a sprout probably waist height. So good to have got rid of it. Right, what was I doing?
You were marking out my path.
Oh, that's right, yeah.
How's that looking? Is that quite level? My
Yeah,
rake and then...
I think it doesn't
Better than
matter
it was,
too much.
isn't it?
Yeah, quite right. So, what else you could do is you could take these terracotta tiles that we've put around the flower border, and we could cut them in half
Yeah.
and make them a border to the cobbles. There we go. Not quite in half, but if we go like this, and then we have cobbles.
Okay.
What do you think?
Let's see how it looks. I like that you, like, I want to reuse these tiles, but I wasn't, like, overwhelmed with beauty when we did it around that flower bed.
You will be though, darling. It's because it's a bit damp and mucky at the moment.
Is
I
it?
think, yeah, I think when they settle, they'll look
Okay.
wonderful. And the fact that they aren't quite level, darling, makes it even more interesting to look at.
Okay.
Yeah. So we want to go down, and all of this soil that we can take out here,
Using our raised bed.
we can use that on the raised beds. Are you getting in there? Can you say? Well done, buddy. So the cool thing about making a pathway is that once you've made that pathway, you can then start building from that pathway other things. Like Tara's put in a little herb square there. What we could do now is start building up against the pathway a whole bunch of other herbs like rosemary or thyme or anything that we can just pick around. So that also adds to the interestingness of the project. We don't want it a straight line, do we, darling?
Nah, we don't like straight lines, darling.
Hang on, Crusoe. Okay, let's get a brick. Here we go. First cobble.
Love it. That is going to look so cool, isn't it?
I hope so.
Get some more cardboard.
Yeah, out of the way. Let's pop this one in.
Wow! Gosh, it already looks cool, doesn't it?
Yeah, love it.
I love every morning we come out here and we can hear the woodpecker.
Yeah, he's busy, isn't he?
Isn't he? Well done, my boy. Good job. Please, I'll get the path ready for you.
Crusoe. Big ones. Okay, so this is what I meant when I was talking about the tiles. Thanks, Crusoe, you're filling in the gaps.
I really like that, love. That looks great.
I think so, because if we're going to grow stuff up the side of it, along the side of the path, something we do straight away, we start planting up against the side of the path. But if we've got a little border down the side of the path, it kind of makes it a bit clearer. Yeah.
Are you going to make it wiggly or like right angles or curved?
I don't know. What do you think?
It's hard because we haven't kind of mapped out the whole garden. Like we have an idea in our head, but we haven't mapped it out. So
one of the things I thought we'd do is perhaps make a small raised garden in front of this one. So it might be that this just comes out to here straight.
Okay.
And we leave it like that for now.
For now, yeah. I think it would be a bit bold to kind of make it go all the way to the arch before we've mapped everything else out.
Yeah. And maybe we have maybe if we make a line here for the path and a line here.
Okay.
So that path then sort of leads to, and we have a square part of garden there.
Yeah, nice. And a square part of garden there. Path that goes like that and like that to the compost where it's the garden. Yeah. And then it'll probably be like carried on with wood chip or something, potentially.
I think so.
I don't think we've got quite enough to put this.
Or some, or like clover paths. Or I saw on one guy's show, YouTube channel, I can't remember whose it was now, but it's a big channel. And he was saying, especially for gardens with a lack of space, and we don't have that problem. We've got lots and lots of space. Yeah. But he was saying that you could use your pathways around the cottage gardens as compost. Oh. So you sort of sprinkle your leaves down and put all your stuff there,
and your wood chips, and when you're walking on it, just trample on it, and then you take
dig
it
up, and then put it on there, and then replace it. So I thought that was a really great idea. I don't think we need to do that.
Yeah, but that's a good idea. Everything's got three purposes, remember?
Yeah, that's true. All right, I'll go get some more bricks.
This is a really satisfying part of the process. We just got to build the windows and the door. The last headache, and then we're done. Well, as it tends to do, the day has carried on. The mist has lifted and, well, it's turned into such a lovely sunny afternoon, which is a bit of a relief after quite a rainy week. John and Cruz have gone out to the shops to get some very, very important building materials, which we'll tell you about. Probably not later, next week, but something huge is happening on the farm, like really huge, that we've been so looking forward to, but just haven't. Well, I think we just needed a shove in the right direction. So the shove is coming and, well, it's happening, but more about that later. I am back at my beloved greenhouse, which I'm so excited about. And I'm going to carry on with the cobbling of the path and just see if I can get as many as possible down and start kind of shaping it out. It just, yeah, this is fast becoming my favourite place on the farm. And it's just heaven to be up here. I can hear the birds. It's so peaceful. The views out over the valley are immense. The blossoms are blossoming around me, the plums. The plum trees are covered in blossom. There's a little woodpecker that lives near the bay tree, and I can hear him every now and then. Every now and then I can hear the neighbours' chickens, and this is the good life. Absolutely loving it. So anyway, let me crack on. Do you know, before I get started, it's so sunny. I think I need my hat. I'll be back. let's get on with it. So as I'm doing this, I feel my mind wandering all over the place. And it's an interesting conversation, I think. There is, as ever, so much to do. I still haven't actually finished the greenhouse. Over there are the remaining pieces to build the windows and put the door in. It's a strange feeling today because this greenhouse has felt like the most important thing over the last couple of weeks. We finally got round to it, and I'm working outside on a really lovely spring day, or spring-like day, and thinking, do we even need a greenhouse? It's Portugal. It's going to be so hot and sunny. What is this going to do for us? It's not finished either. As I said, we'll do the windows. There's no tables in here, really. I'm like doing this path and loving it and thinking, is this really what I should be doing? Is this a priority? But then I remind myself that everything's got to get done. So, you know, this is a really fun job and I've enjoyed doing it. And after the frustration of building this greenhouse, it's quite nice to build something that just feels quite therapeutic and methodical rather than, well, a complete mystery, really. But I'm also imagining our vision for this space. So the vision is really a really beautiful kind of market cottage garden type vegetable system and just growing enough to provide for our family. We don't really have any ambitions to become a big farm or be taking food to market necessarily. Although if that happened, you know, that wouldn't be the end of the world. But our starting point is just to grow enough food for us and the boys. And become as self-sufficient as a family as we can, which is why we've gone for a smaller greenhouse rather than a big polytunnel for the moment, and well, why we're just focusing our efforts on this one field rather than the whole farm in its entirety when it comes to vegetable and kind of staples growing. So what we're thinking up here is, behind me, over there next to the greenhouse, I've planted 2 passion fruit, I call them granadilla, and we're going to make an archway where they will grow over. We're then going, which will be the entrance into this space. We're then going to picket fence around the edge of the garden, and there'll be a beautiful long walkway all the way from the house up into the vegetable garden itself. Then, in the middle here, where I'm standing now, will be a big raised bed, a round one. Which we're going to use. I don't know really what we're going to plant it yet, but that'll be the kind of the central feature of the garden. And I'd love to put a little fire pit in the middle of that where we can come and hang out in the summer and sit and just enjoy the bounty around us. We're then thinking of some kind of L-shaped beds around it. And everything, I think, for this time is going to be in raised beds. Apart from the corner where we've already started here with our onions and things. We're going to try and build some raised beds in the coming weeks and get those going. And just build it out from there. I think, like how the garden started with the lawn, everything starts with a beginning, right? All stories have a beginning. And the beginning of this story and this space is this greenhouse and my composting system. Just as with John's garden, the beginning and his kind of mecca of that project was a small patch of lawn and a tiny flower bed. And now it's turning into this incredible space that's got, you know, steps that have been landscaped by the digger and big flower beds bursting with flowers, thanks to the generosity of some members of our amazing community. And it all starts to kind of grow from this central point and this beginning start of the story. And that's where we're at with my project of the vegetable garden. Is, I say my project, it's of course our project, but this is my passion project, whereas the kind of gardening side is John's passion project. So, you know, it's kind of, this is the start, and from here is going to build. So in a way, I suppose poetically, it feels quite perfect and quite fitting to be going from building the greenhouse to building the path out, because from the beginning leads the story, and from Mecca leads the roads to other places. So, excuse me for getting a bit poetic, but it feels good. Well, that soya just woken up. I just put a first bucket of water on there at the end of that little time lapse that you were watching, to see what it looked like once the water had taken the soil through it. It's just made a bit of a mud bath. So I felt like I needed to stop anyway, I just want to talk to John about it when he comes back, and just make sure that, I don't know, I'm heading on the right path and stuff. I just like to always check these things because I'm never really sure of myself with stuff like this. So yeah, anyway, let me go rescue a little baby and then wait for the boys to get back. And then I think we better crack on and finish those windows because I'm pretty sure the rain is back tomorrow. Hello, little man. Did you have a good sleep? Hi, baby. Hi, buddy. Oh, hello, Soya. Did you have a good sleep? Hello, monkey. Hello. Hello. How's my boy? Hi. I am embarrassed to admit that it's day 5 of the greenhouse build. I'm going to use the fact that we have 2 small children as my excuse, and I'm sticking to it. But today I really am determined that we finish it. I have got 4 windows to build and a door. I still have the very lovely Nicole with me, so she's going to help. Hopefully by the end of the day I will have a fully constructed greenhouse, and then it's a case of just getting some tables built and getting things in there and planting all the seeds. Crusoe almost looks like he's going to try and make a run for it and go to Joao's house. Wouldn't surprise me one little bit. The other challenge we have is that we left the instructions in the rain, so I can't actually open them.
Ja.
Mommy? Yes, baby.
Mom.
Ja.
My shovel. My shovel's dead.
Where's your shovel, sweetie? And your spade? Oh, no. Okay. So, on our rather soggy instructions, I think I actually might have had something of a breakthrough. Let's see if I can get this going. So I'm going to stick A33 and A34 together with 5.1 and 5.2. I mean, what more could you possibly need to know? Crusoe, what's going on in here?
Those daisies growing.
The daisies are growing?
Yeah.
Wow! Yum!
Commander.
Did Armando bring that?
Yeah. Yum.
Yum!
Soup.
Soup! It's for soup, hey?
Yum.
Yum!
My ticket.
Thank you, baby.
So
I'll
from
take it.
inside, a leaky, very wet, rather naff,
Not finished.
not finished.
Dreadfully
very naff.
built. I don't know, like, I was thinking, how would you describe this project? It's like a successful failure. Anyway, I, for one, am just really pleased that this project is almost over. I think Nicole is feeling the same.
Yeah.
Crusoe is outside getting soaked. It's pouring with rain. I think it's time we sign off from the greenhouse build. Darling.
Please remember, thumbs up
Like.
if you've enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you haven't already. And if you're new to the channel and you have only just subscribed, thank you so much. It makes the world of difference. You're subscribing, leaving a comment and giving us a thumbs up lets the big bosses at YouTube know that we're doing a good job.
So thank you so much.
Gonna go and rescue my son from the rain.
Well, rescue the greenhouse from our sun. The last thing we need is for Crusoe to destroy it just as we finished it. Anyway, we will see you next time, everybody. Thanks so much for watching. Take care. Remember, be brave,
Big.
explore. Bye.
Look. Look.
Where's your boot?
Thanks, Gary.
Tinks took it. She's so naughty, Tinks, isn't she? Yeah, I'm coming.